Welcome back. Today I'm going to try to play the Wendy bot again on chess.com. It's a 1500 rated bot that I've had mixed success with. I seem to win every other game when I'm playing here on camera, and when I'm playing it on the app I feel like I lose all of them. But I also want to say something that I normally say at the end of my videos, which is that I appreciate you spending your time here. I know you have other things to do, and also usually at the end of my videos I say something like, let me know what you're doing to get better at chess. And today I say those at the beginning of the video because I know that not everyone makes it to the end, but I am curious as to how you're training or what you're doing to practice and get better at chess. And I do want you to know that I appreciate you spending your time here. If you're new to my channel, I'm not a titled player or chess coach. I'm just a random person trying to get better at chess. Playing bots is one way that I do that, but most people say, you should work on chess puzzles, analyze your games, whether you win or lose, and so on. And I do those things, but I also try to play bots. I'm going to start with the black pieces, and if it doesn't take too long, I will switch to play with the white pieces. Unless I lose really embarrassingly, and then I'll just end it, maybe. Okay, we're going to play the French defense. Usually Wendy gets a knight out here. Yep, like that. And then I take this, and Wendy takes it, and I put my knight here, and then we trade knights here. But sometimes she gets the queen out, like that, to protect the knight. And I'm pretty sure that here it's okay to go ahead and take the knight, but I can't remember for, 100%. I know that when I take the knight, the queen ends up here pointed at my b7 pawn, which I haven't yet protected. So I almost wonder if I shouldn't move it first and put the bishop here and then do that. I haven't tried that yet, but you know what? Let's see what happens. See if Wendy takes the knight now. Nope, Wendy has brought out a bishop, and looks like she's gonna castle queenside. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this bishop here, and then if she doesn't take my knight, I'm gonna take hers. Oh, we got the pawn coming. Okay, I can just take the pawn. It's just free, isn't it? Should I take with my queen? I think I'm gonna take the pawn with the queen, and then see if she wants to trade queens, and I'll just be a pawn ahead. Oh no, okay. She's run away with the knight. Okay, now I can take her queen, which will isolate one of her pawns. No, because she can take with the bishop. I don't know if I should trade queens right now or not. I also could push this pawn forward and see what happens to that bishop, but I assume it would just move back. And then if it... No. Oh, okay, I have a pawn hanging. And I also realized that if I take the queen and she takes with the bishop, then I will have this pawn and probably the rook for the bishop, and I'll be okay with losing that pawn. So I'm going to do that. If she takes with the pawn, okay, that gives her an isolated pawn. And I'm still kind of pointed here, but I think she can bring out the knight to block that. And now I have to worry about my undefended pawn, and I should go ahead and just move it, right? Or should I put the bishop there? Let's go ahead and threaten her bishop and see if we can get a bishop trade. Okay, we did. And now I have two center pawns, and I'm ready to castle. Well, that rook looks like it wants to come straight down. I'm going to not be in the way when that happens. Okay, oh, I can't protect my bishop without just moving it. But I can just move it. I think I can just put it here on d5, where no pawns can come after it, and I'm still pointed at their g2 pawn. And now I can get this knight out, which threatens their rook. See, maybe I shouldn't get it out that way. Because if I get it out that way, where else can it go? Right? They can run away with the rook, and then I don't have any place else to put that knight. But I can get the knight out over here to d7, where the other knight protects it. Let's do that. Since their knights are defending each other, I can't do that anymore. So now Wendy is safe to get the light squared bishop out. I don't know where she's going to do it. Probably here. Guess I could kind of hop in here, and if I hop in here and she takes and I take, I think that's okay. And then I will be threatening that. Oh, but no, then my rear knight won't be protected anymore. Okay, should I protect my rear knight, or should I try to drive that rook away? Let's try to drive the rook away, see if she takes. Yeah, she did. Okay. And then I'm aiming down there with my rook, but she's put a stop to that. Should be able to pick up a pawn here. Let's see. Oh, wait. I don't want to get back ranked. Am I okay back here? I guess I could block any checks that aren't forthcoming immediately, but could happen eventually. Okay. I think I can just take this pawn now and be okay. That king is coming after me. Oh my. Yes, I could go ahead and take the other pawn, and my bishop is now protecting it. So we're going to trade bishops now, but now I'm 3 points ahead because I've picked off some pawns. So I think I can trade the bishops now. That one seems pretty obvious. I think I have to do that, but I'm not sure. There might have been something else. Okay. And now if that knight moves, their d2 knight, then I'll have this pawn. And if the other knight moves, I'll have the d2 knight. So I should probably leave the rook there. Or should I should probably push a pawn, because now their rook is free. I think. Yeah, let's do that. Just in case. Okay, they come for my rook again, so I have to move it. Kind of figured that I was going to have to move it, so I'm going to put it here, which is the only safe square I can move it to right now. I think. Guess I could bring it across. Oh, yeah, I figured they were going to come after the rook with the knight. Now I can just check again. See, if I check again and they come toward me, then I can protect the rook with this pawn, because I wouldn't want to go back. There aren't any good, I mean, that h5 is a safe square, but otherwise there aren't any good spots to go across here. I guess d5 and h5 are the only safe squares across there. Let's go here, see if they come toward me again with the king. They did. Now I'm going to protect with my pawn, I think. Let's do that. See what they do. Did I have an undefended pawn there? Oh my. And now she's attacking my rook again. Okay, well, I'm going to check this way. And then I think I will check with my knight. And then, oh, I thought it was going to come over. Okay, she went back. Okay, now I'm only 2 pawns ahead, and I'm really not sure what to do. And now I can't come back down here and threaten the f-pawn. And the only way they could have protected the f-pawn, I think, was to put the rook over or bring the knight back. But now I can't do that, so maybe I shouldn't have checked with the knight. And I can't check with the other knight because of where their pawn is. Can I get rid of that knight? Not really. I guess I could start advancing pawns and kind of edge my rook forward like this. Maybe? Oh, I guess I'll edge my rook forward a little bit. Okay, I am not in danger of being back ranked yet. My knight is protecting this square, so maybe I should check now. And then if I have to move my knight, I guess I could bring this pawn up. No, I can't bring that pawn up now because of where their knight is. And I can't get this pawn because of their other knight. Can't check again. All right, I'm going to move my knights so that they're protecting each other. See where the rook goes. Okay, the knight has blocked off this path, so my rook is kind of trapped in there, and they're aiming at my a-pawn. And they're protecting this square where I was secretly thinking of putting my knight. My goodness. Yeah, Wendy's pretty tough sometimes. I guess keep coming with it. I don't know what else to do. Okay, now the pawn is protected, but this one back here isn't. Guess I can I force the rook trade now? Let's see if we can force the rook trade now. It'll separate these pawns, but, oh, and she got that one. Okay, now I'm only 1 pawn ahead. Well, let's bring the other knight into play. I am aiming at that pawn, and this time I don't think she can defend it, so I'm going to take it. I can defend that pawn. No, I cannot. I cannot defend that pawn, because if I move it forward, she only has 1 knight aimed at that square. Well, then I'm going to push it forward. Now she can take it, unless I defend it with this knight. But then that locks in both my knights to defending that pawn. Is that what I want to do? Maybe. Both knights are defending that pawn. I can dislodge this knight, but I'm not sure where it's going to go. Let's just do that. I'm going to have to start moving these pawns at some point. It's going to go over there, aiming to check me. Should I come closer? No, because then she could check me down here on d8. But if she checks me on d8, I can cut through this way. And no, then that pawn's gone. Come here, she checks me on d8. I'll have to come closer this way. Then she can check me there, and I'll have to come closer this way. That may be what we do. But that pawn is undefended, so I have to stay close to it, I'm pretty sure, and try to work my way up here like so. And then go this way. Let's go with the e-pawn. Now my backward pawn is way over there. Okay, should I take that with my king to keep these other pawns together? Let's take it with my king to keep the other pawns together. And then I'm going to have to use my king to get rid of these pawns over here. Let's see, is my c-pawn is still protected, but the knights are not. I'm going to have to watch out for the knights. Okay, I think I can get the g-pawn now. Okay, that's what I was talking about. I have to watch out for that knight, so I'm going to take it. And then I'm going to go get the h-pawn. And I think I'm good, although this has taken me quite some time. What are we on, move 49? My goodness. I'm just going to start throwing my g-pawn forward and not worry about the rest of them yet. Like, she can get my f-pawn now. And that? Okay, that'll be fine if she takes that one. I'm going to move the f-pawn, try to keep these together if I can. Okay, let's just go with the f-pawn then. Again, she can take my c-pawn, but let's have both of these going forward together. And keep going. There we go. All right, I'm good. Let's just go. I did win this first one, but it felt very difficult to me, and I don't know exactly where I went ahead. All right, let's check here, and we'll try to force the king Yeah, like that. And then we will just bring our king. We will try to keep their king in a smaller and smaller box until it gets to one of the edges. Don't know which edge we're going to end up at. That one? Okay. And then I will bring my king just basically across this way. And then we'll have checkmate here in just a second. Or here. I did beat Wendy. I'll have to throw another log on the fire and try again. Maybe it's cold where she is. It's a little cold where I am. I'm wearing a sweater, which is unusual for me. Again, the save game button is gone, but okay, save to archive. Let's do that. Since I did win, I'm not going to run the game review because I only get one free one per day, or one paid one per day, I should say. All right, let's play Wendy with the white pieces. And if the pattern holds true of me winning every other game, that means I'll probably lose this one, although I will try not to lose this one. I'm going to play the English and see what Wendy does. Usually she plays usually she plays E5 here. Not sure about E6. E6, I'm pretty sure aims to put the pawn up there, but then I exchange a flank pawn for a center pawn. So let's see what she does. Oh, we're doing a little small thing here. This is called the Agincourt defense. Okay. Well, I will take that. And I'll put this here, even though I know, let's see, I know that pawn's coming for my knight. Am I going to be able to put the knight somewhere? Yeah, I'll be able to put it over here, I guess. Okay, it did immediately come there. I mean, I could put it there for that matter because my bishop will be defending it, and then I'll be aiming at their bishop. Or I could check and win that pawn this way, depending on how they get out of check. Because right now their queen's defending that pawn. Let's see, if I check and they block with the bishop or the knight over here on d7, then I can take this pawn. But if they block with, just say, by moving the pawn, then I'll have to put my knight somewhere. Or I could put the knight here and aim for the pawn. Where's it going to go? No, their queen is defending the pawn. Okay, let's do what I said the first time. It was either that or here probably was the best move. And okay, now I don't have anywhere to move the knight. Okay, so I probably should have put it on d5, and then I could have traded off for their bishop. But now I can't put it anywhere. Okay, well, that was fast. Good job, Wendy. But I'm not going to resign because sometimes these bots make really bad errors later in the game. Wendy usually does not. Once she gets ahead, usually Wendy continues to be ahead. Guess we'll take that. I don't know. I'm down a full piece, so there's not a whole lot I can do at this point. But I am going to do my best. We'll see what happens. I think I've been given a pawn, but I'm not sure, so I'll take it. No, I was not given a pawn. Oh my goodness. I gave up a knight. See if she takes the knight. She probably will. Oh no, she didn't. All right. Okay, so I'm pretty sure her best move at that point was to take the knight. Pretty sure. I don't know. I guess I can aim for this fork, but I'm pretty sure Wendy did not see that. Oh, okay. Well, let's go even on material here. Take the rook and take that. And it looks like I'm going to be able to get my knight out. I will get my knight out and come back. So now I'm ahead. At least I'm ahead on material. I may not be, ahead, but I am ahead on material. And I can take that pawn too, I think. I don't know if I should take that or not. Probably, yeah, I think that's a check. She has to respond. Okay. I guess I'll get my knight out again, or now that I'm ahead, should I trade the knight for the bishop? Let's see. Okay, we each have 4 pieces, but mine are 2 rooks and 2 minors. She has 1 rook and 3 minor pieces. So yeah, I'm going to take the bishop. Assuming Wendy takes back, then I will get this pawn. I think that's okay. And so I'm glad I kept playing instead of just giving up when I gave up the knight. And it's also not over yet. Wendy's pretty sneaky. Try to keep that in mind. Okay, I assumed the rook would move, but I'm going to bring the bishop back to here, to f3, where the pawn protects it and it blocks her f-pawn from moving forward. I think I will bring this rook this way. And I can check, which would leave Wendy only 1 legal move. And then I can get that pawn, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wendy has to go there. And then I'm going to pick up this pawn. Then I can come over here and probably get that pawn. Let's just assume she will come protect her knight. And then I will pick up the f-pawn. Also, I realized that her rook could probably come over here and threaten one of these pawns. And then when I move it, she can come get the other one, maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to do my best here. Yeah, okay, I figured she would come to protect the knight. I'm going to take this pawn. And now the knight is pinned, so I can threaten the rook while the knight cannot take it, but then the rook would just move. probably move to one of the places that I said it should move to anyway. What if I just came over here to keep Wendy from ever getting the B pawn, and then I'm also threatening the knight? Let's try that. Assume the knight will move to here, probably? No, it didn't. Wait, did I just get the knight? She is threatening the A pawn, but the knight didn't move. I'm pretty sure that was a mistake. I'm going to take the knight, and I am protecting my B pawn, and I'm 10 points of material ahead, so I'm going to pin that knight and threaten the rook like this because it's protected by my bishop, and now I'm a whole rook ahead, plus 4 pawns, 5 pawns. It would be helpful if I could count. You know what? Let's get that knight out of here. Yeah, let's take that knight, and then we'll just throw a pawn down, and I think we'll be done here. I don't think she can catch that pawn, especially since she went the other way. Okay, so I won 2 in a row here, assuming I don't, really mess this up and stalemate here in a second. I'm going to try my best not to do that. Okay, she will have a legal move if I promote now. And then I'm going to just start checking. Oh, and we got the king trapped on the side file there, so we're just going to bring our king and have a checkmate. Nice. Right there. Okay, that's, I think, the first time ever that I've beaten Wendy twice in a row. And this second one felt easier after I messed up. Let's see, save game. Did it save? I don't know if it saved or not. Okay, it did save. It used to, when you clicked save game, a little, pop-up would show up down there. Not a big pop-up, but a little thing at the bottom would just hover for just a second saying game saved. But it doesn't do that anymore, so I always have to check here on my profile to make sure that it's saved. Okay, let's run the game review. I have about 4.5 minutes left. Okay, I played really well. I did have one blunder, and it was there when I gave away the knight. I wonder where I should have moved it. I should have moved it. Oh, no, I need to see the analysis board, Wendy. D5. Okay, but wait, that wasn't the only move. The check was a good move too. Really? And it says they would have blocked with C6, and then I would have played knight to D5. Okay, so I was thinking correctly, but after I discounted all the other options, I went to the wrong place. And F5 was a great move on Wendy's part. So that was it. That's where I would have lost the game had I lost, is because I just gave away the knight because of F5, and I don't have anywhere safe to move the knight. Stockfish just would have put it back on C3. I don't know why I didn't think, oh, what if she plays F5? So I made it even worse by going over here where the bishop could take it. And then I assumed I was lost, so I was just like, let's get this over with and trade some pieces here. That wasn't my best move. B4 was my best move, but I just did that to see if she would trade with the bishop. And it looks like she should have, but instead she did that. So I took the bishop and then played F4, partly to keep her F-pawn from coming, but also to, force the queen to move. Knight to F3 was one of my better moves, and then knight to F6 was her best move, and I was wrong to take the free pawn. Okay, well, I was just trying to find a way to claw back to material equality, but that puts her up if she would have checked on B4, which she did, and that's when I realized I lost the knight. But when I did this, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. She should have taken the knight, but she took the queen, and she was still ahead, so that wasn't the only blunder. That just kept her from being much further ahead, because I didn't see that queen check. Oh my goodness. I think many people that I play at my level would have seen that, because not only is the knight undefended, a lot of people at my level are better than I am at seeing, the various places that a queen can go. Okay, that was a mistake because of rook A to C1 is what I should have done, but I still would have been behind. And it says they just would have gotten this knight out, which protects that pawn and protects the bishop that my rook is aiming at. And then I would just take this well-defended pawn because the bishop's defending that. Well, I wouldn't have, so I'm kind of glad I played the wrong move. Now, she should have played king to D7 to defend it on the C7 square, and okay, so that is where I went ahead. Yes, that's where I went ahead because of this, and she didn't come toward me, which was also weird. So when I took that, wait, that wasn't my best move? No, I should have brought the other rook over to the C file because the rook couldn't get away. Well, I'm glad I took it because then she didn't make any move to come keep me from getting out of there, which is what I thought she was going to do, like knight to A6. But since she just played that, well, I could get my knight out. But first I took that pawn, and then I got my knight out. So I was pretty sure I was ahead here, and it was for the reason that I thought. Okay, I just wanted to be sure. That I realized as soon as she checked me that my knight move had been a mistake. So backing up, I should have played queen to A4 to prevent this check. Wait, if I had played queen to A4, any human I've played would have played B5 immediately. Oh, but then I would have got this pawn this way. What would she have done? It says she would have castled, and then I would have, okay. So instead of taking it immediately, I should have developed the last piece that I hadn't developed. That makes sense. But yeah, when Wendy played this, I was like, oh no, she got my knight. And then she didn't take it. but she's still ahead. And then the other thing was after this, yeah, she should have played either the knight out to a6 or one of these king moves to keep me from forking there. Okay, so that's what put me ahead. Good job, Wendy, letting me win too. And I say letting me because clearly Wendy was winning this one. I don't have a game review left to look at the first one again, but there might have been a place where she was winning that one. I'm just not sure. Well, and as I said at the beginning, I do appreciate you spending your time here. Remember, let me know in the comments what you're doing to get better at chess. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time.